Alright, hello. So here's kind of a tough one. This is an inheritance question that many of you tend to have trouble with. It's where when you have a parent class and a child class, you have trouble understanding, and you declare it as one and initialize it as the other. You sometimes have trouble understanding which thing it is, what actions it will perform. Now, I mean, I've already circled the answer. But let's go ahead and show you why it's run, eat, bark, sleep. So firstly, let's take this through here. So we have this is our call. I mean, sorry, that's our declaration and initialization, and that's our call here. So keeping all this stuff in review. So firstly, dog Fido equals new underdog. So this is valid because even though these are different, it's okay that they're different because this one's a parent and that one's a child. So it's fine because underdog extends dog. It must be like that, okay? If these two are different, it has to be this is parent on the left and this is child on the right. That's very important. All right, moving on. Yeah. So Fido is considered an underdog through the rest of this program. So when we call act, it's going to call this one right here. So this is the very first thing it does. Act is going to call this method. Now the first thing this method does is it calls super.act. Well, super.act goes into the super class, the parent class, and calls this method. So that's the second thing that occurs. And that runs this method, which prints out the word run. So in our little box for output over here, we're going to put the word run. And it's just a print statement, not a print. Where's my mouse? Okay, there we are. Okay, cool. I lost my mouse for a moment. Alright, so we print out run, and then we call the eat method. Now, here's something that might confuse you. Which eat method will it be? Will it be that one? Or that one? Ooh, kind of tough. Well, keep in mind, Fido, while it is a dog, was actually initialized as a underdog. So even though this eat method is in the parent class, it's pointing to what type of object we have. Meaning this one doesn't call the first one, but rather calls the child class's method eat. That's the third thing that happens. Now we go in here, which calls the super.eat method. So that means that this thing goes back up into here and calls that method. Which is 4. The fourth thing to happen. And that one prints out the word eat. So that means our next thing is going to be eat. See how it's lining up so far? Alright, so eat happens, and then there's nothing else that eat does, so it's all finished. So we're going to say it's all done. We've done that part. So now we go back down here. We're done with this. We go back down here to our previous eat method because that's where we called it from. This all is run, so now it does this part, which prints out the word bark. Okay, run, eat, bark so far. And so now we've done this part, so I'm going to check that off, which means that we go back from 3 all the way up to where we were called from. And there's nothing else left to, and we say we're done with this part, there's nothing else left to do in the act method, so we're going to follow this arrow back to this child class's act method. This part's all done. There's one thing left, which is to sleep, or at least print out the word sleep. I don't know if the dog's actually sleeping or not. Probably is. Fido's done acting for the day. So that finishes this part off. We go back up here. That was our first action, which we've all completed. Everything's done. Run, eat, bark, sleep is the exact order that we have to choose. when we call Fido.act. And that is because Fido was initialized as an underdog. Okay, so that's how that one works. Figured that might have confused a bunch of you, so I went ahead and made this video. Hope it helped. Ask any questions you might have. You can also ask them here in the comment section, that's fine. Well, see you guys.